evening, fellow fans of the Mighty Saints. I wasn't going to do a video until next week, but I plan to do a special video with Roger Sanders, football dad, next week. So a lot of things have been cropping up that I've been making notes of this week in regards to things happening connected to Southampton Football Club. The first being, and I will be looking that way, because they do that on reality TV shows, and they pretend to do an interview, don't they? Everybody looks off in this direction and makes it look like they're in an interview with actually probably just looking at notes. Can Southampton FC please clarify the first team manager's job situation, just to end this speculation roundabout which is occurring and irritating me for one. And if it's irritating me, it must be irritating other Southampton fans as well. You just keep getting these constant ridiculous names thrown into the hat. Obviously the current view is that Tonda will take over until they find someone, so they're going to take their time. So Tonda will still be our interim manager for the next few games, and I've got a funny feeling that, say we won the next two games, they've got no choice, have they? They're going to give him the job. He's shown that he can do the job. So I think that's what they're trying at the moment. They're saying, we're going to see how it goes for a bit. In that time, of course, a lot of really good managers disappear by the wayside, and we miss out once again on some experienced Championship and Premier League managers that may or may not be available. News came through recently that Ivan Juric, my favourite Southampton manager of all time, that's a lie, has been fired by Atalanta. Well, I'm not really surprised, because he is useless. And there was a rumour that Jacob Niestrup, handsome, is a Danish professional manager and a former player who is the manager of Danish Superliga club FC Copenhagen. But trouble is, he could be another Will Still. I don't know if he's very good at Football Manager or not, so I wouldn't be really up for that. I'd be rather sort of inclined to hope that Sport Republic would eventually learn their lesson and appoint somebody who knows about English football. You can tell you have no viewers when no one noticed the fact of my last video that I said that we played Preston midweek and beat them. We lost to Preston, but in fact we beat QPR. So thanks, guys. Hopefully that, you know, when I have about 1 million followers, people actually go back and watch that and realise and send me messages saying you cocked that up. But like I say, it was lazy journalism on my part. There's also the fact that people say we need to get a striker in. No, I think we need to get strikers in. And Patrick Bamford, a striker I mentioned in the previous video, has gone. He's gone to Sheffield United, who actually had strikers. That really annoys me. I know he might be slightly injury prone, but he's not as injury prone as Ross Stewart, and he has been known to find the net in the Premier League. Absolutely ridiculous. And another bit of news that came through and sort of tickled me this week, and remembering the buffoon who threw a lighter at a Pompey player during the Portsmouth game and then invaded the pitch and got a 3-year ban. Wow. Yeah, and this made me chuckle when I read it. Two Portsmouth fans who posed as stewards to watch the South Coast derby against Southampton in September have been banned from football matches for 3 years. I know they're Pompey fans, but that's quite clever, isn't it? And it's stupid on the part of... I could go along with the high-vis shirt on with SFC on the back and just get into a football match for free, but you got to sort of admire their gall for doing that. So I'm going to give them a little round of applause, because that was really quite clever. But 3-year ban, there you go. Now, Football Martin, the Football Martin channel, suggested that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be a good choice as manager. Apparently he's been on the telly saying he's looking for a job in the Championship. Wow. Sports Republic, they're numpties. They would not take that opportunity up, but it was a good shout. And like I said, if Eckert continues and they choose him as manager, the suggestion was that get his mate Patrick Vieira in to help him, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But again, Sport Republic are looking after the recruitment, so that's not going to happen. And I'm not going to say all Sport Republic's recruitment has been bad, although the most important parts of it have. They got Oriol Romeo back, they signed Tom Fellows, they signed Cienza, and those players are actually quite good. So, and of course Yanda, another really good player that they signed. So I've got some fan reaction on social media. Michael Jones. Sorry, where did I get Patrick from? Because of Patrick Bamford. Michael Jones said, "Will continue in charge until he loses a couple. Then all good available managers have been signed by someone else, or don't want the job because playoffs are unachievable." Sounds about right for us. Yeah, you can tell he's like me. He's a long-term Saints supporter. David Barlow says, "Well done, Tonda. A steady young German. Let's do it." Football Martin said, "Thinks we should still show ambition by signing a manager with English League experience like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer." I said that earlier on. And Chris Gates, probably a Pompey fan, said, "I think Ralph Hasenhüttl would actually be a canny shout." Depends on how many 9-0 results you want against bog standard football clubs. So there we go. That's my midweek input that I will now have to edit due to my inability to speak. And like I say, next week there is a big plan. Roger Sanders, the football dad. We're going to talk about the good times at Southampton FC. So stay tuned for that. And the thing I keep on forgetting, because I'm not very good at these socials, please like and follow, and get your friends who are Saints fans to like and follow my content, which is mainly on TikTok, to be fair, and here on the very bleak, at the moment, YouTube channel. Come on, you Reds.